Do you know, the deeper and stronger is the foundation, the higher and bigger can be the building that you can make on it. And same is true with our lives as well. If our roots are strong, the tree of our life would blossom with nourishing sweet fruits. Our first chakra is the Muladhar Chakra, which denotes consciousness of the physical body. The Sanskrit word moola means the root or the foundation. So it's the root of human life. If this foundation is not stable, then a person cannot keep his physical body healthy. He cannot find his skill. He cannot find the balance in his life. So if your legs are weak, you cannot climb up the stairs towards achieving the goals of your life. In earlier video, we have already seen what are the chakras. So today we shall be discussing about the first chakra, that is the root chakra or the Muladhar Chakra. Before we proceed, kindly allow me to pay my gratitude to my Guru. Om Ram Shri Kanhaiya Lal Sharmaye Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. So Muladhar Chakra, it relates to our connection to the earth, to our survival and our safety and our physical strength and vitality. So it relates to the spine, to the pelvis, to the rectum, to legs, our bones, our feet. But most importantly, it relates to our immune system, our nervous system, and our emotional and mental health. So this is symbolic of our need for logic, for order and structure in our life. You know, just as the womb of the mother contains all the requirements for the growth of an embryo, similarly the Muladhara Chakra, it forms the basis and the starting point for our spiritual development. It is the foundation from which we climb the ladder of the chakras. It is the root from which we receive the nourishment for our spiritual development. For this reason, and because it lies at the lowest point of our spinal column, it is also called as root chakra. So the root chakra relates to our deep-rooted beliefs, our deep-rooted traditions, our family identities, our social identities, and our belief patterns. So it relates to a sense of belonging to a group of people or a tribe or a family. So when a child is born, its emotional and psychological stability is nourished by the family and by the early social environment. So if there is any kind of a dysfunction in the family, it may lead to various mental illnesses, including multiple personalities or obsessive compulsive disorder or depression, and even self-destructive addictions like alcoholism. Now, you recall our age-old traditions of joint family systems. It was here that the newborn children, they received tremendous emotional and psychological support, which is lacking in today's modern nuclear families, especially where both the parents are working. Now, there is a very interesting and important link between our karma and our family and social environment. There are no accidents of birth in this universe. Based on our karma, which we choose to enjoy or release in our life, which is called prarabdha karma, we often interpret as our destiny also. So, which is in the current life we bring those karmas. So, based on those, we choose our parents in this life. So, we choose to be born to parents whose genetic traits and whose family lineage they provide precisely the environment that will help us in learning and contributing what we need to be in this life. So our parents' financial situation, or their level of intellect, or psychological and emotional predispositions of our parents, their geographical location, they are all part of the equation. Everything is provided to our life journey, including the social, the ethnic, and the religious value systems of the family which we choose to be born in. So this forms the foundation of our consciousness through which we first encounter life. That's why, while our Mūlādhāra Chakra connects us to our family traditions, our rituals, and social laws, the karmas of our past life also rest in the Mūlādhāra Chakra. And from these karmas, the happiness or unhappiness is experienced in the current life. With every action that we perform or we have performed in our past lives is a seed which is sown in the Mūlādhāra Chakra that will sooner or later rise into the light. And these seeds determine our fortune. In each lifetime, we have planted innumerable seeds that continue to grow and multiply until a dense, impenetrable jungle or a forest has arisen. And since we are unaware of our karmic seeds we have sown in our countless numbers of past lives, most of them remain in our unconscious mind. Therefore, Mūlādhāra Chakra is also known as the seat of the unconscious. It is like a dark, locked room whose hidden contents we are hardly conscious about. So the hidden content may contain precious jewels of our good karma, as well as they may contain the poisonous snakes of our bad past karma. We can only liberate ourselves when everything that we have accumulated since the beginning of our existence is brought up into light. Our spiritual development is possible only when everything we have encountered in the past has been processed and purified, and all obstacles from the past are removed. This is important to understand, that we are not only responsible for what we do, but also for what we do not do. We have always a choice in life whether to work on and rid ourselves of the content of our unconscious, or continue to remain a captive in the wheel of destiny. And yoga is the best method of taking the decisive step to work through the contents of our unconscious with complete awareness. And it is here we come to realize the importance of having the guidance of a realized guru, a realized master. He knows the dangers and obstacles on the spiritual path, and also understands our feelings and is aware of our condition. So he can guide us, advise and help us when we do not know which way to go. So complete faith in the master or the guru, or what is called as Shraddha, is the essential requirement for success in life. So at this stage of our spiritual development, we are like tender little plants that must be supported and protected from the rigors of the weather. Then the Guru, he gives us the necessary support. So the sacred truth inherent in the first chakra is that all is one. We start discovering all is one as we start life within our family or a close-knit society. We are energetically designed to live together, to create together, to be together, to need one another. We share the common family, moral and ethical codes and values which are handed over to us down from generations and generations. And it forms a very important part of our belief system. So this code of behavior also provides a sense of dignity and a sense of belonging to that family. Now, the main symbol of Mūlādhāra Chakra is an elephant with 7 trunks. Generally, the elephant represents prosperity and wisdom. And in Indian mythology, the elephant is the carrier of Brahma, the creator, who brought forth knowledge and creation. So this symbolizes the treasure house of wisdom that is hidden in the Mūlādhāra Chakra, and that should be raised into the light of consciousness. And these 7 trunks of the elephant, they represent our 7 levels of consciousness. The first is unconsciousness, the second is subconsciousness, the third is dream consciousness, fourth is waking consciousness, fifth is astral consciousness, then supreme consciousness, and lastly the cosmic consciousness. The Bij mantra or the seed mantra of the Mūlādhāra Chakra is Lam, the sound of spiritual awakening. This sound, this releases tensions and removes blockages in this chakra and activates the energy of Mūlādhāra Chakra. Every learning step in our life is accompanied by the correction of a false idea or a false belief by disillusionment. The Mūlādhāra Chakra is often full to the brim with very painful disillusionments. But when we work our way through these disillusionments with wisdom, they are transformed into valuable experiences and they give an opportunity for development. So as long as we live, we will be confronted with problems. The ignorant people, they take them merely as a nuisance and as a misfortune. But the wise people, they regard them as very valuable and beneficial experiences. When we start learning from them and begin to work on ourselves, we progress in our spiritual development. The lotus blossom of Mūlādhāra Chakra has got 4 petals. And the 4 petals of Mūlādhāra Chakra, they represent the 4 fundamental psychic functions of our mind. That is Man, Buddhi, Chit and Ahankar. The Mūlādhāra Chakra forms the boundary between animal and human consciousness. Therefore, it is the first human chakra and it is the last of the animal chakra. So, spiritual evolution begins from the Mūlādhāra Chakra. An important symbol in the Mūlādhāra Chakra is the Shiva Lingam, that is a symbol of creative power in consciousness. In this symbol, a snake coils around the Shivling 3.5 times. The 3 rotations of the snake, this represents the first 3 levels of consciousness. That is unconscious, subconscious and then conscious. And the half turn, that refers to the awakened superconsciousness. So as the head of the snake is pointing downwards, this is an indication that the evolutionary process can also go again downwards. So this is the Kundalini Shakti. Kunda means coiled. So this is the coiled Shakti. Our Kundalini Shakti is the primordial spiritual energy that lies in the Mūlādhāra Chakra. But it is in a very deep, motionless sleep. When we awaken this potential, we are able to move towards the light of knowledge and then attain the fruits of self-realization. Wisdom does not develop on itself. It needs constant, conscious effort to purify the thoughts and steer our actions towards the good of all living creatures. Another symbol of Muladhara Chakra is an inverted triangle. The tip pointing downwards indicates that we are at the beginning of our spiritual development, and the sides that spread upwards and outwards, they show the direction of the developing consciousness. The Muladhara Chakra is related with the sense of smell. The awakening of Muladhara Chakra can lead to heightening of our sensory perception, especially the refinement of the senses of smell and even hearing, so that we can become aware of aromas and sounds that are not perceptible to others. The color assigned to Muladhara Chakra is red, which denotes energy and vitality. So our existence has its roots in the earth, and therefore earth element or the earth tattva is assigned to the Muladhara Chakra. The earth is our mother. Our body is formed from her elements, and she supports and nourishes us. We should always be grateful to Mother Earth and demonstrate our respect by protecting and caring for her. As humans, we should be protectors of the earth, not its destroyers. Our duty is to develop sympathy and love for all nature and for all living beings. Those who are unable to empathize with others or to feel the pain of other living things will remain at a lower level of consciousness within the animal spheres, far below the Muladhara Chakra. So the manifestation and development of human consciousness begins in the Muladhara Chakra, and it continues upwards towards the 1,000-petal lotus called the Sahasrara Chakra. The Muladhara Chakra is our mother who nourishes and raises us. It is the seat of our dormant wisdom, the stronghold of our hidden spiritual powers and our abilities. By awakening this chakra under the care of a spiritual guru, we accomplish the first step on our paths towards a fully developed human consciousness, and which goes beyond to God realization. Now, you can take various steps to start nourishing your root chakra. First, you can start taking care of your physical body, which is the sacred vehicle given to you in this lifetime. Secondly, you can also start developing an awareness and connection with Mother Nature and with every being in this creation. Thirdly, you can start developing compassion towards all living beings because all is one. Fourthly, you can also treat and handle your personal things and belongings with great respect. So now you must make a commitment and write in the comments below which of these steps you commit to start taking from today to nourish your root chakra. Strengthening your root chakra will strengthen the foundation on which the castle of your dreams shall be built tomorrow. I am your brother guide to prosperity, and my mission in life is to help you realize the dreams of your life and help you achieve something worthwhile in life for which your family, your parents and your children can be proud of. We shall be discussing about other chakras in detail in our forthcoming videos.